Stop doing this if you want peace in your later years. Have you ever wondered why some people grow old peacefully, while others carry invisible battles no one sees? It's not luck, and it's not fate. It's what they stop doing. Because peace in your later years isn't something that magically appears. It's something you build by letting go of the habits that quietly destroy it. You may not even realize it, but some of the things you're doing today could be the very reason you'll feel regret, loneliness, or unrest tomorrow. In this video, you'll discover the 7 silent peace killers that most people ignore. From emotional traps that drain your spirit, to mental habits that rob your joy in ways you've never considered. We'll break down what they are, why they go unnoticed, and what you can do starting today to avoid them. Stick with me till the end, because the final habit we cover is the one that leaves the deepest scars. And it's also the hardest to admit. Welcome to After Older Years, where we help you think deeper, live better, and age with grace. If you value your inner peace, hit that subscribe button. This is a journey you won't want to take alone. 1. Overthinking. Before we talk about the deeper emotional habits that steal your peace, let's start with something that hides in plain sight. Overthinking. You replay a conversation from last week. You imagine a disaster that hasn't even happened yet. You lie awake wondering, what if? Over and over again, it feels like you're solving a problem, but you're not. You're relieving pain that no longer exists or hasn't even arrived. Overthinking is not preparation. It's mental punishment, and the older you get, the heavier it feels. Studies show that chronic overthinking raises cortisol, your stress hormone. Even when nothing around you is wrong, your body reacts as if you're in danger, even if you're just sitting in a quiet room. This is how peace slips away. Not with chaos, but with constant mental noise. So how do you stop it? Not by force, but by gently bringing yourself back to now. That's where mindfulness comes in. It's not just a trend. It's a way of training your mind to let go of what it can't control and to find safety in the present. Even a few minutes a day can change how you think. Focus on your breath, notice your surroundings, and when your mind runs away, just notice it and come back. Because peace isn't found in the past you can't change or the future you can't control. It's right here, if you can quiet the noise long enough to feel it. That thing they said, that thing they did, the apology that never came. Resentment doesn't just live in your memory. It settles into your body, in your chest, in your jaw, in your holding grudges. Before we talk about the pressure of always being available to others, we need to talk about something that weighs even heavier. Grudges. You might not speak about it. You might even tell yourself you've moved on. But somewhere deep inside, it's still there. That thing they said, that thing they did, the apology that never came. Resentment doesn't just live in your memory. It settles into your body, in your chest, in your jaw, in your sleep. It shows up as tension, fatigue, bitterness you can't explain. Psychologists have found that people who hold on to grudges have higher blood pressure, more anxiety, and a harder time enjoying life, even during calm moments. And the worst part? The person who hurt you might be living their life, smiling, sleeping well, while you're the one carrying the weight. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about refusing to let it follow you into the future. You don't do it for them. You do it for you, to reclaim the peace that pain tried to take away. Letting go isn't a weakness. It's choosing freedom over bitterness. It's saying, I won't let this control my story anymore, even if the scar stays. The sting doesn't have to. Before we talk about the habit of avoiding solitude, let's talk about something even more ignored: self-care. Not the luxury kind, not candles or spa days or expensive routines, I'm talking about the basics, the ones most people forget until it's almost too late. How well are you sleeping? How often do you move your body? When was the last time you drank water before coffee? It sounds simple, but these small choices shape the quality of your life, especially as you get older. Neglecting your health doesn't always scream at you. Sometimes it whispers, in the form of low energy, brain fog, mood swings, or the feeling that life just feels harder than it should. Your body is not a machine that runs forever, it's a garden. If you don't water it, rest it, and feed it right, it withers. Exercise doesn't have to mean lifting weights. A 20-minute walk can reduce anxiety and improve sleep. A balanced meal doesn't have to be fancy, just real food. Rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance. The mind and body are always talking to each other, and if one starts to suffer, the other always follows. You can't have peace if your body is in a constant state of stress, and you can't think clearly if you're always running on empty. 4. Avoiding solitude. Before we talk about the danger of staying stuck in your comfort zone, let's pause and look at something most people avoid: being alone. Not just physically alone, but truly sitting with yourself. No distractions, no phone, no noise. It sounds simple, but for many, it's terrifying. Because in silence, things come up. Old memories, unanswered questions, feelings you've pushed away for years. And that's why so many people run into TV, into busyness, into the company of others, even if it's shallow. But here's the truth no one tells you. Peace doesn't come from escaping yourself. It comes from understanding yourself. Solitude is where that understanding begins. It's where reflection happens, where patterns become clear, where you finally ask, what do I really want? What do I really need? People often fear loneliness, but solitude isn't loneliness. It's intentional. It's the space where your thoughts breathe and your heart speaks. Some of the wisest, calmest people in old age are the ones who learned how to be alone without being afraid of it. Because once you stop running from yourself, you finally start to know yourself. 5. Clinging to comfort zones. Before we talk about the pressure of always being available to others, let's talk about something even more subtle: comfort zones. They feel safe, predictable, familiar. You know the routine. You know what to expect. But over time, that comfort can turn into a cage. You stop trying new things. You avoid change. You tell yourself, I'm too old for that, or what if it goes wrong? And slowly, without noticing, your world gets smaller. The same meals, the same people, the same thoughts. And with that sameness comes stagnation. The brain, just like the body, needs challenges to stay alive. Learning something new, trying a different path, even making a small change in your routine, these things spark growth. They build resilience, because life keeps changing, whether you want it to or not. And those who cling too tightly to comfort often struggle the most when the unexpected happens. But those who've practiced stepping outside the lines, even just a little, are better prepared to adapt, to bounce back, to stay mentally sharp. You don't need to leap into chaos, just take one small step beyond what's familiar. That's where strength is built, not in comfort, but in movement. 6. Constantly being available. Before we talk about the silent damage caused by comparison, we need to look at a modern habit that's draining more people than ever: always being available. You get a call, you answer. A message comes in, you reply. Someone needs something, and you drop everything. At first it feels good, helpful, needed, important. But slowly, without realizing it, you become exhausted. Not physically, but emotionally. Like your mind never fully belongs to you anymore. Being constantly accessible creates a quiet pressure to respond, to react, to be on all the time. Even when you're tired, even when you need space. It's not just the phone or the notifications. It's the feeling that if you don't show up for everyone, you're somehow failing. But here's what most people forget. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you give away your time and energy to everyone else without protecting any for yourself, you burn out, slowly and silently. That's where boundaries come in. Not as walls, but as doors you choose when to open. It's okay to say no. It's okay to turn off the phone. It's okay to choose quiet over obligation. Because peace doesn't grow in noise. It grows in the spaces you defend for yourself. 7. Comparing yourself to others. Before we talk about how to protect your peace going forward, there's one more silent habit we need to expose: comparing yourself to others. It starts quietly. You see someone's life, their family, their success, their health, and suddenly your own life feels not enough. They're traveling. You're not. They're surrounded by people. You feel alone. They seem happy. You feel stuck. But here's what you don't see: their private struggles, their silent regrets, the things they wish they could change just like you. Comparison is a trap with no finish line, because there will always be someone ahead in something, and the more you look outward, the less you appreciate what's already good within your own life. You start missing your own progress, overlooking your own wins, undervaluing your own journey. But peace doesn't come from being better than someone else. It comes from being okay with where you are and knowing you're still growing. Your path is yours, your timeline is yours, and everything you've survived, learned, and built, it matters. Self-acceptance isn't about settling. It's about recognizing that you are the only person you truly need to be. Conclusion. We've uncovered 7 habits that quietly steal your peace. Overthinking, holding grudges, neglecting self-care, avoiding solitude, clinging to comfort zones, constantly being available, and comparing yourself to others. Each one chips away at your calm, your joy, your sense of freedom. But the good news is, you don't have to carry these weights anymore. Letting go of these habits opens the door to a quieter mind, a lighter heart, and a life where peace isn't just a dream. It becomes your everyday reality. Take a moment to reflect on which habit is holding you back the most. And start small. Even one step toward change can make a huge difference. If this video helped you see something new, give it a like and subscribe to After Older Years for more honest, life-changing insights. Your peace is worth the effort. Let's walk this path together.